What's up, people? It's Nature Girl 30 here, and this is a very, very, very quick Smackdown review for September 28th. The one thing I'm going to say about this is I was really impressed with the opener. The reason why is because the Big Show has came a long way from the heel that he used to be a few months back. From after he made his return, he is definitely, definitely pulling off the fact that he's a heel. He's no longer explaining himself. He's doing things because he can. I like this Big Show as a heel at this point. The fact that Randy Orton came out and tried to have some kind of confrontation, let's face it, do you really believe that Randy Orton is going to win in the end? No, but I'll get into that a little bit later. And I have to admit, it did make Alberto Del Rio look weak when he just came in the ring and all of a sudden got knocked out. But all in all, it really did a lot for the Big Show's return. It didn't make the Big Show's return seem like a waste. That is the reason why I happen to like that opener. But moving on to the United States Championship match between Antonio Cesaro and Santino Marella. As much as I like Santino, I really do. The only thing I'm gonna say about this match is that I'm happy that it did go the way it did because it was finally ending this feud or whatever it is. It was finally ending Santino's conquest for the U.S. title once and for freaking all. That's the reason why it went the way it did. That's the reason why the amount of time that it had in it was trying to squash this entire thing and just completely end his pursuit for the U.S. title. And it went very well. I was really impressed with the match. It did make Antonio Cesaro looks strong, but it seems like he probably had an injury in his back because he had difficult lifting Santino up and slamming him. But that happens. So I'm not going to really get into that and tear that apart. But it was a good match. The one thing I'm going to definitely say that I was really impressed with was the fact that they actually did have Beth Phoenix win in her hometown of Buffalo. It really did make me happy that the match between her, they gave her a good opponent. They gave her a formidable opponent in Natalia, and it was a good match that actually went on a decent amount of time. This is something they should have done months ago. But I think they wanted to end it off with a bang. And sure, they actually did the whole suspension thing and the whole controversy thing because let's face it, this may be Beth Phoenix's last performance on SmackDown. She may be gone after this because I think in October her contract's gonna be up. So 9 times out of 10, there's a possibility that this was going to be her last match. She's not going to return, and they did a good job in letting her win in her hometown and at least giving her some dignity. So I really do applaud the WWE in doing that. But they actually had to push the storyline between the whole mysterious, I guess the whole mysterious person that knocked Caitlyn out. So that's the reason why they actually had to add Beth Phoenix in the mix before taking her out. So I really think they did a good job in trying to progress the storyline here, as well as giving Beth Phoenix her well due salute. Um, I was very happy with the tag team tournament that they had. They actually gave all the tag teams their chance to not only have I mean, they gave all the tag teams a decent chance to actually go for the tag team titles. I was really impressed with this, and honestly, I really wanted to care about the match between the Usos and the Rhodes Scholars, but let's face it, the Rhodes Scholars have had a lot of airtime as of late. They had a lot of push as of late, so it's a given that the Rhodes Scholars were going to win this. So I mean, that's the reason why it was really difficult to care about this match. And unfortunately, I didn't. But I'm happy that the Rhodes Scholars actually did win this. Now, moving on to the segment of the night, the Miz TV show. I really thought it started off to be lame at first. I was like, oh my gosh, Sheamus gonna come out and talk about something stupid. But it really did do a great job for The Miz. The Miz has really, he is excellent as a heel. He has literally progressed and not entirely mastered, but he's definitely really did progress well as a heel. It really made Sheamus look good, in my opinion. The way that he act, but I think that's what heels are supposed to do. That's a given. That's what heels are supposed to do. But the Miz did an excellent job in this segment. He really hit the nail on the head when it came to the questions. It wasn't like the casual heel bicker. It was honestly really thought-provoking questions that made Sheamus shut his mouth. And then the fact that good grief. I got it. It's early in the morning, so I'm sorry. My brain's trying to wake up here. But the fact that Dolph Ziggler actually came out with Vicky Guerrero and snatched the mic from Vicky Guerrero, in my opinion, that is foreshadowing to show that Dolph Ziggler is going to finally be done with Vickie Guerrero at the pay-per-view. I do believe that Hell in a Cell is going to be the pay-per-view when Vickie's going to probably part ways with Dolph Ziggler. It would be awesome for Ric Flair to be in my hometown. If Ric Flair is going to be in the corner of Dolph Ziggler, I would be so happy. You have no idea how much of a fan I am of Ric Flair. Hence the name, Nature Girl 30. Well, that's part of it. But anyway, I would love for that to happen. And the whole way that they actually pieced all of that together was excellent. Excellent. I was highly impressed with this. Not to mention, very happy the fact that The Miz did not look weak, as well as Dolph Ziggler. Sure, Sheamus came out on top in the end, but it still was a great confrontation between three wrestlers. It was a good moment. It did not spoil it at all. But anyway, I'm going to move on to the main event of the night. Actually, I'm going to move on to another gripe that I have. Wade Barrett's opponent. Wade Barrett versus Zack Ryder? I really tried to care about this match, but I did not. I did not. I am tired of Wade Barrett being downgraded. The fact that he actually had Zack Ryder as an opponent, are you kidding? Let's face it, Wade Barrett had a mediocre entrance, a mediocre debut, and a mediocre match after match after match. That makes me sad. But moving on to the main event of the night. The Big Show versus Randy Orton for the number one contendership for Sheamus' title at Hell in a Cell. I didn't care about this match either. Do you honestly believe that the Big Show is going to actually lose against Randy Orton after such a dominant performance that he had on Raw? No, he was gonna win, and I'm sorry, for matches that I feel that I can predict, I really don't have a lot of interest in them. So that's the reason why I didn't really care about this match. But all in all, I have to say it was a very good SmackDown. It was much better SmackDown than last week, and I have to say that I was highly impressed with the way they put the feuds together. I was highly impressed with the way they actually gave Beth Phoenix some dignity in her last match, or possibly her last match. And I'm happy they did a lot to progress towards Hell in a Cell. I don't like what they did with Wade Barrett, and I really didn't care about the matches I could predict, but that's a given. But okay, I'm going to make a really quick announcement here. October and November is going to be crazy for me, so I'm going to really make my videos random. It may not be on Monday, it may not be on Friday all the time. It's going to be random. I might have a Raw here or not a SmackDown there. I'm just going to mix it up. So it's not going to be something that's linear. It's going to be something that's very dynamic. So I'm just going to let you guys know right then and there that my video is going to be random because October and November is going to be absolutely crazy for me work-wise. So there you go. This is Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace out. Later.